Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. We're heading to the NFL this week, and we're going to take a look at Arizona at Miami. Scott, last week we had Miami on that big 6-game winning streak, and that came to a screeching halt. And on the flip side, we had an Arizona team that had been on a losing streak, and they got the ship righted last week against the Redskins, a game that was close late, 24-23, and they put on a late touchdown, which made me happy in that one. But they got the win, and what do you look here? Do you think that they can build off that momentum? And what about Miami? I mean, they got blown out at Baltimore.
When you're talking about a team, not an elite team, not a New England type, but a team like Miami who's okay, and they go on a 5 or 6 game winning streak, there's no way I'm playing them that next game. There's no way when they win that many games. And as far as Arizona's concerned, I was doing the show in Phoenix that, you do a show on the same station on a different day, but I'm doing the show in Phoenix on Friday, and I said, I like Arizona in this spot. My money's on Arizona, and they tried like crazy to talk me out of it, but I thought they were in a good spot there. But this number's dropped since you and I first talked about it, and I said, I want to talk about Arizona a little bit here. It was 2.5. They're now a 1-point dog in this particular game. They're 13 points away from a 9-2 record. They're 5-6 on the season. They were unlucky against Minnesota, and I know that because I had Minnesota that game. I was fortunate a few weeks ago when they beat Arizona. There was a 104-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by the Vikings. They had a 100-yard pick six in the game when Arizona looked like they were going to go in and score a touchdown and change the momentum of that game. But this is a team that I think is a play-on team this week against Miami for a couple of reasons. First of all, you see Carson Palmer, slinging the football around a little bit better last week. The injury that he suffered last year to his hand late in the season didn't seem to be affecting him as much. David Johnson was a beast last weekend, running the football and also targeted 12 times and making 9 receptions in that particular game. We saw everybody around him because of those two really start to play on the top of their game for the Arizona Cardinals last week on the offensive side of the football. The problem with Miami, they got bombed last week against a pedestrian Baltimore offense for the most part. They made Colin Kaepernick look like he had a clue a couple of weeks ago in that particular game. They can't stop the run, and now passing games are starting to get to them because they can't stop the run. There's not a lot of balance on defense. Their last 5 wins, by the way, for Miami have all been by a single score. So you see where I'm going here. I actually took the points, a couple of points here with the Arizona Cardinals.
I agree with you 100%. And the point about, when Kaepernick can score 24 points and throw for 282 yards against this defense, Carson Palmer's going to line up. And until last week, Baltimore hadn't done anything offensively all year. Their defense had been great, but, their offense, like you said, very pedestrian. I like Arizona here, too. And I like whenever you had a team that was struggling and they get that win, even though it might be too little too late, mathematically they're still alive. But realistically,
Seattle's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. But I like them here as well. I look for them. And Arizona's defense, I think they make, they'll shut down the running game and force Tannehill to have to throw it. And, whenever he's got to carry a team, that's not when you want to be on Miami because they're going to have turnover. So I agree with you. I leaned Arizona as well in this one. And I guess you got 2 endorsements from both of us here on this one with Arizona. And, guys, we've got a coupon for you for this week to save $10. They're not part of the Final Four, but we feel they should get some recognition, or at least I do. We're going to make the coupon code Penn State and the number 10. That's Penn State and the number 10. Yeah, I'm from Pennsylvania, and I feel bad for the boys. They played their hearts out.
Wait a second. You're from Pittsburgh. How can you feel bad for Penn State?
I know, but still, it's one of those teams. It's just, I don't know. You win 9 games in a row, and their 2 losses were to Michigan and
Penn State. You're from Pittsburgh.
They were my second favorite team in college football from the state of Pennsylvania. How's that? All right, take Penn State 10. Save $10 on any package this week at WagerTalk.com. We'll be back with more at Wager Talk.